We're going to continue. The neighbor dog was barking and I had to stop. So we'll look at this again. As you can see, the nice profile on the back, very aerodynamic. As you can see, flows well. We have a, as I said, the dealer added this and that. These little plastic chrome strips. They wanted to charge me $2,000 for that. I told the guy to take it off. He got mad. I said, okay, I'll give you $200 for it. So they tried to rip me off and I knew it. Anyways, you've got a nice aerodynamic look. On the roof you have these, which are also part of that $2,000. They're just aluminum rails that are painted with a silver paint. This is the antenna. Pardon the light. The sun's coming out. And as you can see, the whole design, these are 19-inch rims, aluminum, as they all are nowadays. And these are standard. 19 inches bigger tire, as you know. And we have the front and the rear and the side. You can see the temperature. Okay, these are heated electric side view mirrors. They have a defrost function. Right here, you may or may not be able to see it. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. That is the blind spot monitor. So the car, using the camera in the back, it monitors what's around your car. Now, in order for these things to work, you have to have the key fob within 1 foot of the whatever you're trying to open, except for the hood. So if you are more than a foot away, you cannot open this electronically. And this is only an electronic opening door. You can't, there's no lock. Now I just triggered it, so we're gonna lock, okay? So there's no lock, door's locked. Let's see if it works. So I'm standing far back. Oh, it's too close. Okay, so I'm too close. I'm gonna put the key fob right here on my freezer. And as you can see, it's a distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now to unlock the door, there's a sensor in the back and there's a sensor here. This one back here, as you can see, it's not working. This one is not working either, and that's because the key fob is too far away. It's a great safety feature. So let's go get the key fob again, and I'm going to put it in my pocket so that I know it's with me. Now, on here you can see these are some lines and there's a sensor back here. Now to unlock this door, this one automatically opens all 4 doors. So you just stick your hand there, yeah, and that opens it, all the doors, and then this locks them. Open. You gotta wait a second. There it goes. And lock. Okay, we're gonna go in the rear first. And you have nice wood trim. This came with the upgraded dealer installed sound system. So these are tweeters in the back. This is a regular speaker. And then you just have a nice, you have leather here and here. All leather, wood grain. Very nice. You have the driver's side and passenger side. Now the passenger side has a pouch. The driver one does not. And as you can see, it's very nice. These were the floor mats. Now these are good. These are really thick, and they have a nice lip. So these are dealer installed, which are good. Now the ones in the front are good, but they're not that great. They're still kind of cheap. Okay, so we have leather seats, armrest. Yeah, just standard things. Now what is different on this model and all of the Hondas now is there's ventilation in the back seat. So if you have passengers, no longer will they be hot or cold. This is going to remedy that. And down here, these are USB ports They're 2.5 amps, so they're quick charging ones. They do not do data, they are only for charging. And we're going to look in the passenger side. Door was unlocked. And the motif continues. You have a nice wood grain trim. This is not real wood, but it looks good. It's called peach. This is imitation peach wood. Has a nice grain, so it's really a nice detail even though it's not real wood. You know, plastic here. This is all leather trim. This is vinyl. And you have the sound system that is incorporated throughout that. You have a water bottle, and this is a little weird, but that, you see how far this goes? This is open, and I've got my arm, as you can see, way in there, and you can put stuff in there, but boy, that is hard to reach. I'm not sure why they didn't just keep this open, but they didn't. Anyways, these are fairly nice. I don't know what that is. That must be a port to access something about the frame. Anyways, you have, this doesn't go up or down, it just goes, this goes back and forth and this goes back and forth. I don't know why this one doesn't go up and down. It's just in the model that they I guess they didn't think you wanted that. I don't know why. Anyways, here's the passenger side. The wood grain motif continues. Ventilation. Nice trim. It's very sleek. Very nice and well designed. This is all vinyl up here, but this, there is some leather from every once in a while. This is the glove box, which is very, very large. As you can see, my arm is way in there. And this thing is huge. Obviously, we have some masks, because, you know, the stupid coronavirus. And some other just junk stuff, tissues. Anyways, we got a lot of stuff in there. Okay. We have a moonroof, as with most Hondas. It's a power. You can control it with these. This is the light switch to turn them on and off when you, or have it on automatic on the door. It has a home light. Now, I don't know why they always use home light in these stupid things, but I have never ever been able to get these to link with any remote control garage openers. I don't know why. I've got a Chamberlain, which is really good. And it doesn't work with that. Now this is a glasses holder, and I've got my sunglasses in there. Now this is what they call a conversation mirror. It's just a convex mirror that allows you to look in the back real quickly. And features of the sunroof. This is an automatic dimming rear view mirror, so it's supposed to have these sensors right here. There's two of them, right there and there. And it's supposed to sense when you've got too much light coming in. I haven't driven it at night, so I don't know how well that works. This is a dual part here. One part's a laser, one part is a water sensor. So this, in conjunction with another feature, controls the windshield wipers automatically. It detects how much water there is and it adjusts them to whatever speed is set by the computer. And then there's a laser device. The laser points in front of the vehicle. And standard vanity light mirrors. Let's look at the entertainment center. You have, as you can see, you have heated seats. You have dual climate heat or ventilation controls. This is the main control for the ventilation. You can make it go up or down. This affects all of them at the same time. You can't separate that part. The fan's either on high, low, medium, whatever you set it, and it's the same for all of them. Leather trimmed gear shifter. This is an electric parking brake. Up is engaged, down is release. This is the brake hold feature, which is used if you're in traffic and you don't want to keep putting your foot on the brake and off. You just press this button and the car locks in position, but all you have to do is engage the accelerator and it will take this mode off. So you just scoot up 10 feet, push the button again and the car stays that, so you can relax your legs. Neat feature. This is the this turns the engine into an idle position if you're stopped at a light for a long time, or again if you're in traffic, you just turn this off, and what it does is it shuts off almost all of the features on the engine, so it's running but it's in idle. So if you turn this on, when you stop, it'll conserve gas. That's what this is for. This is the economy button. Makes sense, it's a fuel economy. So those are the controls here. This, as you can see, the sun's starting to come out, which is very rare. It's a very cloudy day. But anyways, there are some features here. This is a 1.5 amp USB charging and data port. So you can put your phone on here and it will charge the phone and allow you to access it on your infotainment center. This one is not a charging one. It is a strict USB port just for the entertainment center right here. So you can connect your phone and everything else. It will not charge it, but it will allow you to use data. So you can keep it here and plugged in there, or you can just plug it in here. So you've got two spots here. You can charge one phone and charge another one with this. There's also, let's go through the rest of the console. There's cup holders. Cup holders have these little sides here, so it adjusts to various sizes. This is isopropyl alcohol, which kills coronavirus, so we spray that on our hands when we go shopping. Anyways, this is the armrest. It goes back, forth, and then underneath here is a latch, and you just open it, and it opens up to about that height. Now, if you look here, we've got a little storage shelf which slides back, and then if you want to access it completely, it folds up, and then you have access to this massively huge console. I had to make a little cardboard shelf here because it was so big you couldn't access things very easily. It was hard to find stuff. Here's another power outlet. I don't know if you can, there it is, right there, 12 volt, so you can put a USB, one of those cigarette lighter adapters, you can put it in there, whatever you want to, that works off of 12 volts. And again, this opens and closes, as does this. And as you see, we've got that wood grain motif that continues throughout the vehicle. Okay, now we're going to go to the driver's side. And before we do that, I'm going to come here and get a full look. The car just locked itself. If you move away from the vehicle, it has a setting in the computer to where you can have it automatically lock the doors, and that's just what occurred. So you come up front. As you can see, we've got nice trim here. It's chrome. The sun is out, so you may not be able to see it very well. LED headlights, and here and here there are fog lights, emblem, and right here you may not, there's an area here. This is a radar detector, so the radar works in conjunction with the laser that's right there, and what it does is it calculates how far vehicles are in front of you, and that works with the automatic cruise control. As you can see, the car is very shiny. This is done by myself. It has a coating from Turtle Wax, which is called a ceramic coating. It's basically silicone. It's glass. It's a flexible glass that you spray on, and it is very, very slick. How this looks now is what you would think a new car should look like, and it does. But it took me all day to clean the vehicle off. They're just not clean when they come from the dealership. So we'll go here. Let's open some things. So you have the fuel door and the trunk and the hood. Little storage spot and some buttons. We'll go over those in a little bit. The fuel door is back here. I need to buff this, and it has a nice little cover to protect this from the rain. And the reason they had to do that is you do not have gas caps anymore. They've gotten rid of it somehow. They figured out how to do this, and the gas nozzle just goes in there, and these are spring loaded. I'm assuming you can just unscrew it and put a new one in if the spring breaks. Now obviously you can rip that open if you really wanted to. And we're back in the back seat. This is the driver's side. Again, the wood grain motif, leather, nice cup holder. And again, nice. There's no pouch on the driver's side for some reason, but there is. Anyways, we'll open the front, and you can see the seats go all the way down. Very much a lot of room in here, a lot of storage. There's a lot of hooks and things that you can use, and this is that cheap thing that they got. You can use this to hook things to. This is really for baby seats. You can lock stuff in. And we got some nice features. Now this is what I was talking about. This is a seat belt that I think you have to release it. Yeah, there it goes. And this goes to the middle seat. You can keep it out of the way by storing it in there. And it's out of the way. Now the seat folds down. And, oh, this is removable. You just push it, that bar. And it's a privacy screen, which I didn't pay for. And the seat just locks in upright position. We're going to go to the engine first. Okay, I've got one hand, so you're not going to be able to watch this, but there's just a standard release and a pull, a metal rod to hold it open, which is nice. There are no electrical components or hydraulics to fail. And as you can see, this is a nice engine, coolant, windshield wiper, anti-lock brake system, manifold, air intake. This is the fuel recirculator. Now this does not have a timing belt. Timing belts are very cheap and they're on the outside of the vehicles. This has a timing chain, which is made out of aluminum. It's very high strength aluminum. We've got some sealant here, okay? But the main part about this, as you can tell, it's very, very easy to access things. I mean, there is absolutely no problem getting into stuff. These are your fuse boxes, your computer bank. As you can see, this is nice and marked very well, and you have to actively remove these things in order to access it. So you can't not know that this is the positive side. It's very easy to understand. And there's the negative. Air intake, as you can see, just a standard hood. We're going to put this down. And latch and down. Now we're going to go into the driver's side. Show you this. Now this defaults to only the driver door opening, but in the computer you can change that. So I have it to where when you open this, it opens every door. So again, the lock feature, just locked and then open. You just pull your hand and touch against the inside here. So every door is locked. See? Now I'm going to touch the sensor. The door is open. All doors. Okay, let's get into the driver's seat. Now I have the key fob in my pocket. The reason I mention this is this vehicle will not operate if this is not within, I believe it's 3 feet, 2.5 to 3 feet. So as long as you're within 2 feet, this will transmit a radio signal to the computer, and it'll allow you to do whatever the function is. So this is a charger, which is electromagnetic, and it can interfere with anything that's electronic. So the one thing about this is you do not put anything on here but a phone or other things that don't have electrical components, because this will fry that. So that, and these are, like I said, about $400. So you don't ever put electronic devices except a phone that is designed to go there. No metal, nothing. Okay, so I'm going to keep the key fob there. Normally, I keep it in this nice little cubby hole that's right here because it's out of the way and it's within the 2 feet radius. Driver's side door. Have your mirror controls here and here. This is the locks for the car on and off. This is a power window lock. It locks all of them but the driver, the driver's side. And then these are your window controls, front and back. On here, let's see if I can get in there. You have lane departure, hatch open, anti-collision on off, and traction on and off. When you start the vehicle, all of these things default to being on because they're safety devices. So the lane departure, anti-collision, and lane departure, anti-collision, and lane anti-traction. I couldn't think of the word. Anyways, there are spots that you can add other things, but we don't have them on the car. In fact, I'm not sure why, because we have the top of the line model and there aren't any other options to go on it. So I don't know what this is for. Maybe if you want to add some aftermarket features, you could put a switch here, I'm guessing. Anyways, that's what that does, and this is the cubby hole. Down here are the fuel door and the hood release. Underneath here, you can see this is a manual operated steering wheel. You just pull the lever here out, and this is a telescoping and manual adjusting steering wheel. So it goes up and down manually and in and out. But in order to engage that, you have to release that latch. And as you can see, the wood grain motif continues throughout with nice chrome accents along here. Very nice. It's very sleek. It looks great. It's just a good looking car. Okay, I don't know if I went over this, but this is, you can see these sensors right here, here, and here. Those are supposed to detect light and adjust automatically. And this is the sunroof controls and the dome lights. Glasses container, got my glasses in it. I can't remember if I went over this. I've done this video so many times because the stupid dog keeps barking. This allows you can see out through the entire vehicle. You just take a quick glance, you can see someone. They call it a conversation mirror. Anyways, sunroof. Let's open that. Manually open protection. This is nothing fancy. It's just a little foam board. And then you have the moonroof, is what Honda calls them. It's a sunroof. They just call it a moonroof. Driver's side, vanity lights, standard vehicle options. This is the infotainment center, and I'll just kind of do a quick sweep and then we'll go over these functions. Now we're going to start here. Gear shifter, pretty self-explanatory. This is the parking brake. Up, when it only works when the vehicle is on. So up to lock it, down to disengage it. It will not disengage unless you put your foot on the brake pedal, and it has to be on. So this vehicle is locked with the parking brake on. I always put it on. It is not automatic. You have to manually engage this, but it's a very good feature. It's very easy to use, and there's nothing to get in the way, although it is a switch. So this could be, I don't know how long this is going to last. I'm assuming it's going to last a very long time, but it shouldn't be very expensive to replace that. It's just an electric switch. You get them at AutoZone. This is the brake hold feature. This allows you to keep the vehicle in drive, standard, or low. This is your trailering mode. This is low gear. You can use these in conjunction with the transmission to slow down the vehicle. So they recommend in a mountainous area that you switch to I don't remember what it's called, but to the S position, and this allows you to use the engine to brake, and as will the low one. This is obviously going to make you go slower than this one, which is also slower than that one. This brake hold function it acts like a temporary brake, like you just got your foot on the brake. So if you're in a traffic jam, you can keep it engaged in drive, and you push that button when you're stopped, and then you can take your foot off the brake, so you don't have to sit there and strain your foot. And then you just accelerate. You don't have to push anything, you just accelerate, and then when you get to the next spot, you just press this button again and you can relax. Really great feature. Okay, now we have heated seats. There's 3 levels. Let me get that. 1, 2. Anyways, there's 3 levels. Passenger airbag notification. So if someone's sitting there, this will light up all of the letters. They'll be orange. This is the fan, on, off, recirculate, fresh air, defroster for the window, and then rear window defroster, as well as the side mirrors, both side mirrors. Another heated seat button, and this is the dual climate system for the passenger and the driver. It automatically shows the temperature here and here for each side. If you want to, you can control these individually. It's just on this side and not the back. The back one that I showed you is hooked up to the driver's side. Here's the start button. Okay, so this is your climate controls. So if you want to change the speed of the overall ventilation system, you go here, or you can just use the plus and minus ones. But this gives you a couple of more features that you don't have right here. Another neat feature of this one was the synchronization feature, and you just push this on and off to engage it or turn it off. And when you engage it, the driver's side temperature controls the entire car. If you turn this off, then this one does the driver's side, and then this one does the passenger side. Pretty easy. And they just turn like this. Little rheostats, nothing too difficult to understand. And now we're going to the driver's side. The sun is out in force right now, which we love. Okay, so this is heated steering wheel. It's a leather steering wheel, very nice, very soft, and it was very dirty. I had to clean this thing 3 times with a good leather cleaner. And then I have not put a protection on this yet because I'm going to have a leather protection ceramic coating installed on this from a professional detailer. So that'll be all of the leather in the vehicle will be receiving the same treatment. And what it does is it's supposed to help protect it from rubs and spilling stuff on it. It's absolutely vital. It also keeps the leather protected from the air so it doesn't dry out as fast. Basically, it's $100 for the product plus the installation, and it's good for 2 years minimum. And then you just renew it every year. Every 2 years, you just renew it. But that will make the seats last a long, long, long time. And you can trust me that this vehicle is going to be very well protected. Okay, on the driver's side, we've got the wood grain again. I don't know if I mentioned it on this video, but this is peach wood. It's not real wood, it's plastic, but it looks like it, and it has a nice smooth texture. So it gives you a feeling of futurism and smooth. It's got these nice design lines and elements, and it's very nice and very complimentary. It took a lot of time designing the interior of this, and it is very comfortable. Another thing I like about this is there's a lot of room here, so there's nothing on the side, and you don't have to worry about reaching in to get something like this. You can just reach in, boom, and you're good. And this is plenty of height, so as you can see, I have my whole hand basically up and down. That's how much room you have. It's great. And then this is the on-off button for the charger. It has 2 lights, one there and one there, right beside each other. One tells you when it's charging, one tells you when it's on. It's pretty simple. And we're leaving this on here as a warning so you don't ever forget. It tells you what to put here and what not to. And this is just a nice rubberized magnet. Basically, this is a magnet, electromagnetic, and it charges your phone. This is one of the microphones right here. as are, you can't see them. Here's one right here. There's other microphones in here that are hidden. Here's the stereo. As you can see, it has the tweeter right there. There's also one right there. Here. And here. And this is the upgraded Pro infotainment center. It came with the heated seat steering wheel. You have a nice airbag with a nice design. I mean, you can see how nice this looks. I mean, this not just because it's new, but the design features are so nice that it really makes it, this whole lines and design, everything really just very beautiful. You have a chrome trim. This is not metal, it's plastic, as everything else is in cars nowadays. But anyways, the wood grain continues. As you can see, it goes to the passenger side. Now, this is your heated steering wheel. This is the main engagement for the computer. So when you want to access the main menu, you push here. Now, these features here will only work when you're on the main screen. And so those are the automatic cruise. As you can see, there are lines right here. Each one of these lines represents a specific distance. So it works with the cruise control, and it allows the vehicle to control how far away you are from the car in front of you while you're on cruise. It won't work any other time except when it's on cruise control. So what you do is you engage the cruise control, and when it's on, then you can set this. There's 4 levels. 1 being close, 4 being as far away as the car will allow it. Cancel, plus and minus. This is set to cruise control. Once you're on cruise control, as most of them do, you can go up or minus 1 mile per hour for us. It's pretty simple. And then you just hit resume, cancel. You can reset it. This is the driver assist feature. This will work whether you're on cruise control or not, and it somehow detects where the lines are, and it reminds you. It sends a nice warning to you. It'll beep, and then it shows up a warning up here saying you can't do this, or pay attention, or whatever it is. It's to get your attention that you're going out of the lines. So we leave this on. This, in conjunction with this, will basically drive the car. This keeps it in the lane. This adjusts how far away you are. It's pretty neat. Now, these are some other features. Let me get down here. This is the main switches for the vehicle. Let's see if we can get in. There we go. Alright, this is the lane departure. This is the part that I showed you right here. Okay? This, you can turn it off completely. When you turn the vehicle on, it always turns on. But if you don't want to use the feature for whatever reason, you just turn it off right here. If you turn it off here, it will not work up here. This must be engaged down here in order for the automatic thing to work. Trunk release. This is the anti-collision system, which is part of the cruise control, as well as standard features. So this works with the cruise control. In case you get too close, it'll turn the brakes on. This also works if you are in regular drive mode and you're not paying attention or something, you get close to a vehicle. This will do everything it can to stop the vehicle completely before you have an accident. It's the anti-collision feature. Again, it defaults to on. You can turn it off. I don't know why anybody would want to turn it off, because I'm not going to, but you can. This is a traction button, so this engages all 4 wheels. Let's say it's snowing or it's muddy and you're having problems, so you switch the mode on, and this will help keep you. Anyways, pretty simple. Let's go back out. Now, this is the phone area. You can see you pick up the phone, hang up the phone, go back. That's your go back menu button. And then you hold this to turn on audio. This is the control for the menu. For the computer menus options, this controls those. And then this sets what mode you're in. So radio, Bluetooth, USB port, you know, those not AM, FM, radio, no CD, but the other things like that. This is really for, it's an information system that shows up here. And like I said, you can be on your radio. It has a compass. It has just a bunch of standard features without putting a lot of dials. Fuel gauge, trip, computer reset or dimmer, and then this is the temperature. You have lights that you have off, on, automatic, and I don't know what that's for. I think that's, well, that's your lights. But anyways, I keep it on auto. These are fog lights, on, off, and then blinkers. This is the windshield wipers. Mist, on, off, auto. Auto works in conjunction with this and the rain sensor there. So this detects water and then makes the windshield wipers go up and down depending upon how much water it detects. If it detects a lot, it puts the things up high. If it doesn't detect a lot of water, then it just does it every so often. This also controls the rear hatch wiper system, so you've got intermittent, on, and then wash with the fluid. So I just keep it off. You can do it like that and just do a quick wipe. Mist. Okay, start button. You can see the sun is really out. And this is your 7-inch. It's 7 inches from here to here. There. I don't know how long this is. But if you look, you can see a white line right here. And it actually goes all the way around the whole thing. And then what this is a aftermarket screen protector that I installed. And this is glass. It's a flexible glass. And what it does is it allows you to use the system without ruining the buttons. It still works. It's all touch oriented. But for $10, I got a piece of glass to protect it. Like I said, this car is very well protected. Alright, so we're going to turn it on real quick. In order to turn the vehicle on, you have to have the key fob within 2 feet. And then there's 3 modes. And you may have this on your car, but one just turns the vehicle on. As you can see, it's on. It will not allow anything other than that to work. Alright, and it also says to make the car start, then you have to do, this is accessory mode where we're in right now. And then it'll play the stereo. As you can see, the stereo's working. The light is on now. See, it's on. This is the charging, and that's that. So this is running off the battery only. You'll go through stuff real quickly. If you hit this button again without holding the brake, as you can see, my foot is not on the brake. What happens is this turns the whole vehicle on completely, but it's not running. So as you can see, all of this stuff is up. The ventilation's working. The heaters they automatically come on. You can see the temperature 71, 67, time, something about a battery. Oh, this is your Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. This thing has Wi-Fi built into it, so you can connect a phone to it and everybody can use Wi-Fi in the car. Alright, now you can see that the brake light is on right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom back out, and this is the parking brake. Now if I undo it without putting my foot on the brake, it won't do anything. You have to push, and you can see, to release, press brake plus push it at the same time. So let's zoom back out. And again, you can see that red light down here. There, that's the brake warner. This is a seatbelt light. You know, just battery, oil, pressure, and then alarm. As you can see, this is all digital. The entire thing. Oops, I'm not used to this camera. The whole thing's digital, as well as here. Now we're going to actually turn the vehicle on. So press the brake and push this, and the vehicle's running. It is now off, and the whole system was working. So we see the brake light is still on. That's because you can't read that at all. Anyways, that's a brake light. Brake. Now, and this time I'm going to put my foot on the brake. See? And then I'll push this. And again, the light's still on. So if you push the parking brake down, the brake just released, and as you can see, the brake light is now off. Okay, so there's your hold button. Tells you, and I'm going to press that button, brake hold. Brake hold. So I'm going to push it, and right there, brake hold. So I'm going to let off the vehicle, off the brake, and see what happens. Well, we're not moving. It works. And then all you do is you just press the gas pedal, and it'll engage back to normal. So I'm going to turn that off. So we're in park. Alright, I'm going to set the brake, you pull it back. I'm not going to do that right now. And then here's the infotainment center. This is the menu button I'm going to press. As you can see, it goes to different things. How much gas mileage you're getting. You can see there's a temperature gauge. That's a compass. See? Pretty neat. And then let's see what that is. Driver attention level. So this uses sensors to determine how well you're driving, and if these are high, you're doing great, and they're low, they're not. And the lower these go, the more the car tries to take over. So if you're not paying attention, the car will start gaining more and more control. Let's press it again, and this is the wheels. So when you're driving, each one of these has a meter on them. They're all independent. So this one on the front driver's side may be maximum, and this one back here might be minimum. The computer does it. I don't know how it works. It's interesting though. And we'll press it again. This is your maintenance button. You need to get oil. This needs to be changed. It's really just for your oil. Oops. Okay. Music, phone, miles per hour, kilometers. That's it. The heat is on, so it's very warm. I'm going to turn that down. This is your infotainment center. Home, map for navigation, phone, back. It's pretty standard stuff. Nothing you haven't seen. So that is a review of the 2021 Honda CR-V Touring Edition.